Let me get my presentation started here. Share, there we go. Yes, so like Steve said, like him, I'm not so lucky and not sitting in the south of Italy enjoying the nice weather and the nice food, but we are enjoying the services of the container terminal in Taranto. My name is Frederik and I'm with a company called Logistics Plus. We're a freight forwarder and as you will find out shortly, we specialize in the big and heavy type of cargoes, as you can see some pictures here already. This is what I hope to present to all of you today. Very briefly about our company, then a case study, and then some prospects that we hope to develop in Taranto, and fingers crossed they will fall. Now, Logistics Plus is exactly 25 years old. It was set up in 1996 by our current owner, still Jim Berlin, when he received a 6-month contract for 3 people to manage and improve the in and out of a locomotive factory in Erie, Pennsylvania. And from that starting point with only 3 people 25 years ago, we have steadily grown, and we do now work for companies like Google, Amazon, GE, and many others. And right now we have a network, and I can see that my shares, my presentation is outdated already. We actually have 600 employees at 53 locations in 20 countries worldwide. And I have highlighted in red some of the more important locations for me personally, because we are a general freight forwarder and we do all kind of cargoes, but my personal competence is with the big and heavy cargo. So coming to that, like I mentioned already, we're a full service international air and ocean freight forwarder, and all our operations are supported by the technology that you would expect in these days. But our focus is more with the picture that you can see on the left side. That was a nice little project that we done from Korea to the US, where we shipped 4 empty LNG tanks of 1,000 ton each. So that's our specialty, the project cargo. Now I come to a special case that we have developed together with the Port of Taranto. One of our VIP customers is EWT, Emergia Wind Technologies. They are a wind turbine manufacturer from the Netherlands, and we have been working for them for over 25 years, actually. They have recently won contracts in the south of Italy to build over 200 turbines there. The challenge was, how do we get their windmill generators, who measure 5.7 meter diameter and 2.85 meter high, and who weigh up to 30 tons, how do we get these generators from China to the south of Italy? Now, the first trial we did, and that was even before all these crazy market things happened, we shipped a couple of them on a Ro-Ro vessel into Livorno, because that was at the time a well-established trade lane. But quickly we found that, yes, at that time, those freight rates were more competitive going into Livorno. The challenge in Italy is bringing heavy and oversized goods from the north to the south, because the requirements for road permits in Italy, as most of you will probably know, are very strict. So what happened actually in the end is that these generators had to go from Livorno on another ferry into, I believe, Bari it was, and then only then could they go to site. So the solution that we have now developed together with our long-term partner CMA CGM, who have helped us do similar shipments in the past into Southampton as well, is that we will load 4 of these windmill generators on a CMA CGM ship in the manner that you can see in the picture here. And then we can ship it to Malta, where CMA CGM will transship it, also in a Yilport port, I believe. They will transship it, and then it will come on the last leg into Taranto. That solution, and you can see some more pictures here, that solution has greatly helped our customer in a number of ways. And first of all, the total cost has gone down, especially also because CMA CGM has been very supportive, and they have not increased the rates too much compared to the other rate increases that we're seeing. So the total cost has gone down mainly because the last mile from Taranto to the job site is much shorter. Next thing is that also the service has improved, because the transit time, as you can imagine, for a container ship coming from Shanghai via Malta to Taranto is faster than if you go by Ro-Ro ship from Shanghai to Livorno. The next advantage that our customer has found, and we have set up our customer to deal actually directly with SCCT, because of what Raffaele and Sergio already informed, there is a bonded zone in the container terminal. So our customer can keep his generators in the container terminal under bond, and he does not need to import custom clear them right away. This is a huge advantage for our customer for 2 reasons. The first reason is he does not have to make that payment of duties and taxes, which is quite a sizable amount. He does not have to pay that until the generators actually go to site. The second advantage, and this has not happened yet, but I'm already warning Raffaella and Sergio that it might happen. It happens occasionally with this customer that they have their cargo in Taranto, for example, and they urgently need a generator to be shipped to another project, maybe to Turkey or to Egypt or to Ethiopia. And it might be that they then choose one of the generators that are sitting in Taranto to ship to Turkey. And because they have not been import cleared yet, it's very easy to do. You just put them on another CMA CGM ship and you find a way to get them to where they have to be. The final advantage for our customer is that they have also set up what Raffaella already mentioned. They have set up value-added services with SCCT. A little bit technical, but before these generators go to site, a bearing has to be built into them. And our customer have made arrangement with SCCT that this can also be done in the terminal rather than having to do it on site where there is less equipment and facilities available. So all in all, this case study, I think, is a very good example of how the Port of Taranto works, how SCCT works, and how it can be of great advantage for customers who have big and oversized cargo. And if I may add to that, I have to say personally that throughout this project, we have found that the people, like Raffaella said already, you don't have to start from scratch. We have indeed found that there are people working in SCCT and in Taranto in general who are very knowledgeable about handling oversized cargo and handling windmill cargo. So that was definitely an added benefit. We did not have to explain everything to everybody. The knowledge and the know-how was there. Now, moving on to what we hope could be prospects, and we have already discussed this with SCCT before. For the same customer, we are actually hoping at some point to also do full charters. A business plan was actually even worked out to produce the blades, the towers, and the hubs and the nacelles in India, and then ship them by full charters to Taranto, and then keep them in the SCCT terminal much in the same way we do with the generators. But unfortunately, that plan is still on hold because, as we all know, even for the break bulk vessels, the charter rates have increased by much, and that unfortunately means that this business plan is at the moment not competitive to the current way they work, where they produce the towers locally in Italy, and the blades and the hubs and nacelles are coming out of the Netherlands by truck. But it's still a prospect, and if the freight rates settle down a little bit, I do hope we can do a few full charters to Taranto. And of course, as a freight forwarder, we are also seeing a lot of prospects with the other industrial companies in the general area. There are steel plants in the area, and there is cargo to be shipped from China to Taranto. So we are actively promoting the option to ship those cargoes also via the port of Taranto. Yeah. So those are the prospects that we, as a project cargo forwarder, see. Well, I promised you, Steve, I would keep it short, and that's all for me for now, but I welcome any questions if there are.